What happens when the architect of back-to-back Stanley Cup final runs suddenly can't get his team to win at even strength? There's a gnawing anxiety creeping through the halls of Rogers Place right now, the kind that makes general managers check their phones obsessively and fans debate furiously in every corner of oil country. The Edmonton Oilers, a team built to dominate, constructed around two generational talents, designed explicitly to hoist Lord Stanley's chalice, are currently ranked 27th out of 32 NHL teams in points percentage. Let that sink in for a moment. 27th. This isn't just underperformance. This is a full-blown crisis. And when crisis strikes in Edmonton during the sacred McDavid-Draisaitl era, heads roll. The question isn't whether someone will pay the price if this continues, it's when, and more specifically, who. Tonight, as the Oilers face Tampa Bay, followed by a Saturday showdown against Florida, head coach Kris Knoblauch finds himself at a crossroads that could define not just his career, but the entire trajectory of his franchise's championship window. Let's establish something crucial right from the start. Kris Knoblauch has accomplished what no Edmonton coach has managed since 1988. Back-to-back trips to the Stanley Cup final. Read that again. Back-to-back finals appearances. In any other era, with any other franchise, that resume would buy you years of job security, a statue outside the arena, perhaps your name on a street sign. But this isn't any other era. This is the McDavid-Draisaitl window, and that window, as everyone in hockey knows, won't stay open forever. Patience is a luxury Edmonton simply cannot afford, and the coaching graveyard tells that story with chilling clarity. Todd McLellan, gone after 266 regular season games across 3.2 seasons. Dave Tippett, shown the door after 171 games over 2.5 seasons. Jay Woodcroft, Knoblauch's immediate predecessor, just 133 games across 1.8 seasons before the axe fell. And poor Ken Hitchcock barely had time to unpack his office, lasting a mere 62 games. Knoblauch currently sits at 172 games over 2.2 seasons. By Edmonton's recent standards, he's already on borrowed time, finals appearances or not. The franchise has made its philosophy crystal clear. Results matter, and they matter now. Every single season with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl in their prime is a season that must be maximized. There are no rebuilding years, no patience for processes, no tolerance for mediocrity. And right now, despite those two glorious playoff runs, the Oilers are flirting dangerously with mediocrity. Here's where things get truly alarming. When Knoblauch took over from Woodcroft in November 2023, something magical happened. The Oilers transformed into an even-strength juggernaut, dominating opponents with a grade A shots differential of plus 3.5 per game and a goals differential of plus 0.7 per game. They didn't just win, they controlled games, dictated pace, and overwhelmed teams with relentless 5-on-5 pressure. Fast forward to this season, and it's as if someone flipped a switch to disaster mode. Through the first 22 games of this campaign, the Oilers have become an even-strength weakling. Their grade A shots differential has plummeted to minus 0.9 per game. Their goals differential? Minus 0.7 per game. That's a catastrophic swing of 4.4 grade A shots per game and 1.4 even-strength goals per game compared to last season's peak performance under Knoblauch. Let me put this in perspective. That differential, that massive drop-off, is literally the difference between a Stanley Cup finalist and a team ranked 27th in the league. It's the difference between championship contention and lottery speculation. And yes, the Oilers have already traded away their 2026 first-round pick, though it carries lottery protection if it falls within the top 12 selections. Suddenly, that protection doesn't seem quite so theoretical, does it? This isn't a slump. This isn't bad luck or a tough schedule catching up with them. This is a fundamental breakdown in the team's identity, a collapse of the very foundation upon which Knoblauch built his success. So, what the hell happened? How does a team go from even-strength dominance to even-strength disaster in the span of one offseason? The theories are multiplying faster than Edmonton's losses. One compelling explanation points to the coaching staff overhaul. The departures of Glenn Gulutzan, and especially Paul Coffey, a Hall of Fame defenseman who understood the blue line like few others, may have created a knowledge vacuum that's proving impossible to fill. It's worth noting that while the power play, Gulutzan's primary domain, continues to hum along effectively, the defensive core has become the team's weakest link. And defense? That was Coffey's specialty. Coincidence? Perhaps. But in hockey, as in life, sometimes the simplest explanation is the correct one. Then there's the schedule argument, and it's not without merit. Hockey analyst Rob Suggett pointed out that the Oilers will have played 16 of their first 24 games on the road by this Saturday. That's a brutal travel schedule, the kind that grinds down even the most talented rosters. Edmonton's home record of 5-1-2, with just one regulation loss at Rogers Place, suggests they're a different beast when sleeping in their own beds. And with a heavy dose of home games coming up, particularly throughout January, there's reason for cautious optimism. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Good teams find ways to win on the road. Championship teams don't crater to 27th in the league because of a tough schedule. And while the upcoming home stand might provide temporary relief, it won't fix the underlying structural problems plaguing this roster. What we're witnessing isn't isolated to one position or one line. This is a team-wide regression that touches every aspect of 5-on-5 play. The centers and wingers have regressed significantly in their two-way effectiveness. The defensemen haven't just declined, they've cratered, making mistakes that lead directly to high-danger scoring chances against. Collectively, the forwards are creating less offensively while simultaneously becoming more porous defensively. The blue line is leaking grade A shots at an alarming rate. And all of this is happening independent of the questionable goaltending from Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard, which adds yet another layer of concern to an already troubling situation. It's death by 1,000 cuts, except in hockey, those cuts happen at 100 miles per hour and result in red lights behind your goaltender. Which brings us back to Knoblauch and the uncomfortable question hanging over this franchise like a dark cloud. How much time does he have? The majority of hockey fans, according to recent polling, believe Knoblauch will survive this rough patch. Those back-to-back finals appearances carry weight, and rightfully so. There's institutional knowledge there, a proven ability to get this group to perform when the stakes are highest. You don't fire a coach who's accomplished what Knoblauch has accomplished without serious deliberation. And this is a massive, but Edmonton's recent history suggests that past accomplishments provide only temporary insulation against present failures. If this team doesn't right the ship within the next month, if the even strength metrics don't improve dramatically, if they continue hovering around that 27th place mark, then all those finals appearances will feel like ancient history. The McDavid-Draisaitl window demands results, and it demands them now. Not next month. Not after the All-Star break. Now, as the Oilers prepare to face Tampa Bay tonight, followed by Florida on Saturday, these aren't just regular season games. They're referendum games, the kind that can shift narratives and determine futures. Tampa and Florida represent exactly the caliber of opponent Edmonton needs to beat if they're serious about championship contention. These are playoff-quality teams, the kind you'll face in June if you're lucky enough to get there. Win these games convincingly, show improvement in even-strength play, demonstrate that the ship is being righted, and suddenly the panic subsides. The schedule eases, the home games pile up, and maybe, just maybe, this looks like a team finding its identity rather than losing it. But lose these games, continue the even-strength struggles, keep bleeding grade A chances against, and the whispers become shouts. The hot seat gets hotter. The pressure intensifies. And history suggests that in Edmonton, when the pressure reaches a certain point, change becomes inevitable. Kris Knoblauch isn't past his best before date yet, but the expiration date is being checked more frequently with each passing loss, and in the unforgiving world of NHL coaching during a championship window, fresh might be preferred to proven faster than you can say Max and Doug Bentley. The next month will tell us everything we need to know. Will Knoblauch solve the even-strength puzzle that's plagued his team? Will the defensemen rediscover the form that carried them to consecutive finals? Will this roster remember how to dominate 5-on-5 play? Or will Edmonton be searching for yet another coach, adding another name to the growing list of casualties in the McDavid-Draisaitl era? Tonight, the clock starts ticking louder. What do you think? Does Knoblauch deserve more time to fix this? Or is it time for Edmonton to make a change? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're as invested in this story as we are, smash that like button and let's keep this conversation going. The Oilers season hangs in the balance, and we'll be here covering every dramatic twist and turn.